Welcome folks, I am Jaby, Koay, joined by ACHARA, KIRK.
Hi guys.
We are going to discuss the trailer to Hobbs and Shaw, otherwise known as Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham. And the reason why we're just doing a discussion and not a reaction is because every time we put out a reaction to a Universal movie, they immediately claim our videos, and that's just frustrating. And so we're just gonna do a discussion today. We just watched the trailer, and it was very, very exciting.
Yes.
I am super into this. It was absent of Vin Diesel, and you know what? It still worked. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not quite Fast and Furious without all the cast members, but I mean, it's arguable that it wasn't the same ever since Paul Walker passed away.
Yep.
And so it's like not ever going to be what it was before. But I did notice people immediately complaining on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Twitter.
Why?
Because like this guy goes, I remember when F&F was about the cars, the good old days. And then another person after that goes, we're just supposed to forget
Shaw killed Han.
that Shaw killed Han.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I mean,
Nice one.
the thing is, it's like a cartoon franchise.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish that Han somehow was Frankenstein. I don't know, like, because so many people, like, what's her name, died in the series and then came back because she wasn't really dead. She just had amnesia. Like, why can't the same thing happen with? I don't know.
Yeah,
Anything's possible in this universe. It's like a comic book universe in a way. Like, no one's really dead until they're dead. You know, but even then, it's like they're not really dead. You know what I'm saying?
Bring back Han. Hashtag bring back Han.
Anyway, this is directed by David Leitch. I think that's how you say his name, who has a litany of stunt credits.
Okay.
Like, this guy has action under his belt like nobody's business, and he's directed a few films, including Atomic Blonde. He was not credited for any work he did on John Wick, but he did Deadpool 2, and he is doing The Division. I guess there's a movie coming. I don't know if that's based on the video game. I imagine it is. I haven't read any information on that. But about this, it's got a lot of comedy embedded in here, and it seems like everybody's having fun in this movie, but it's not at the expense of the audience's enjoyment. It's contributing to the audience's enjoyment. The Rock, you know, his big complaint in working on the last Fast and Furious project was Vin Diesel. I mean, it wasn't directly outspoken, but he was basically saying, you know, some people be bitches on this shit. I'm totally like,
that.
I'm misquoting him completely.
Wow.
I'm misquoting him completely.
Okay.
But that's not how he speaks at all. He was just basically straight up saying, you know, some people have a terrible attitude when it comes to working, like they have bad work ethic. Most of the people on this project are awesome, but one person. I won't say who, but you know who it is.
Oh.
It rhymes with Bin Diesel. So he's happy to continue without working with him. And I think this is actually a really cool spin-off, this idea of these two working together, because they both are existing almost solely on their personality. Like, both of them, like, you like them because of just the personality they bring to the screen. Like,
and they have such great chemistry together.
Right.
Like, you know, because they're kind of like an unlikely pairing, but it's awesome because they hate each other and they have to work together.
Right. The way they play off of each other in the trailer is excellent. I mean,
yes.
Just the way they will take digs at each other throughout the movie. What's interesting to me is I recall The Rock getting his ass handed to him more than winning throughout his time in the Fast and Furious franchise. But like, I remember he got his arm broken, and then like he got tossed out the window by Jason Statham. Like, he just was, he just looked tough, but he was actually not winning a whole lot. Here he actually gets to win. Like, he's front and center.
A little bit,
you know, and the action sequences look amazing.
So dope. Oh my god.
That car thing where it goes under the truck, that's straight out of Rumble in the Bronx. Jackie Chan did that first. I don't know if it's exactly the same stunt, but Jackie Chan totally like did a Lamborghini under a truck thing.
Oh, and that car was so sexy. I'm not even really like a super massive sexy car person. The moment I saw that car with the, what is it, like the suicide doors, they come up like, I was like, oh, that's what sexy car.
So I don't know if you know this, but there's actually another spin-off coming with like all the chicks from Fast and Furious.
Oh, okay.
Well, so that's what I saw on the Twitter.
I'd definitely be down for that. Idris Elba. Oh my god. The moment they introduced the trailer with him, I'm like, oh man, I'm all in. They've got Idris. He looks so cool. He's like the perfect bad guy and he's loving it.
I enjoyed his response. He's just like, bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's simple. You know, I mean,
Just
you
like,
get it.
Very straight face.
It doesn't, the moniker doesn't matter. And he's like, I'm not gonna get fancy with this. It's just like, I'm the bad guy. What?
Yeah, what? And what?
You know, I'm the toughest, baddest mother, that you've seen.
Yes,
So,
and he is. He's like such a good villain for this, and then they have to fight him, and he's got superpowers or something.
what is that? No, it's just very comic booky. Like, he's got the super suit that makes him very powerful.
No,
It's
but
like,
he's like had a surgery in his back. You could see the scar where his spine is, and I mean, it looks so cool. And there was that one stunt that The Rock did. He was like falling off the side of the building and just beating up everybody on the way down.
It's all green screen. It's a lot of CGI and stuff, but it was still very enjoyable because of the comedy that was happening there.
Yeah, and like you said, it's just so over the top. It's so comic booky. They're like, well, that's what the Fast and the Furious franchise is, right? It's just this really fun, over the top action with cars and everything. I don't think you can do that in real life.
Right.
You just die. But The Rock's like, I'm going for it anyway. Whoo! I'm like, yeah, I love it.
Overall, I really love the tone of this trailer with the music that they're picking. Jason Statham has a very hitman look.
Yes.
He just needs that barcode on the back of his head.
Well, he's got that kind of quintessential English gentleman with the bespoke suit from Savile Row or something, and just kicking butt.
What's great about this, I mean, we sort of lightly mentioned it, is the director, because David Leitch, the fact that he comes from stunts, Atomic Blonde had great fight scenes in it. Particularly the last fight scene of Atomic Blonde was amazing. It's one of my favorite fight scenes of all time. For that director to be doing this says a lot. It's like, that means that all the action sequences you're gonna see in here are gonna be absolutely amazing. Or at least the fight scenes is gonna be directed by someone who has experience in that world. Like, often the first complaint you'll hear from stunt men and stunt coordinators is that the directors are not complimenting the action sequences. It's like all like obscure close-ups and stuff like that to make it feel frenetic, but it loses a sense of placement. It loses a sense of understanding of what's going on, and all the choreography is lost to a mess of bad camera angles and bad editing. Whereas now you've got a former stunt coordinator who's helming this, the same guy who did Atomic Blonde, who's already got experience with movies. I have like more confidence in the fight scenes that we're gonna see here. Not that the Fast and Furious fight scenes were ever like terrible or anything, but you're definitely gonna get a step up using this guy, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, I have much more confidence, because David Leitch, the one thing I took away from Atomic Blonde, because I didn't like the movie, was the fight scenes. Here, like, I'm not super worried about the movie otherwise, because he's got experience from Atomic Blonde, and he's got the personalities of Jason Statham and The Rock. It's like, it's all, just an awesome birthday cake for the eyes.
I really like The Rock, but I especially like him when he's doing comedy.
Yeah, I mean, that's mostly what he does.
Yeah, he's just so good at it. So together, it's gonna be fantastic. It's just gonna be fun. This is gonna be like a fun popcorn movie. I'm so down for it.
Do you want to clear your throat? It's gonna be a fun popcorn
I'm an old lady.
I love Idris Elba's outfit, by the way. It feels very simple, but effective. It looks cool, but it's not over the top. It feels close to what you'd see in real life if this was a thing. And he's got this gun right here, which is super cool. Like, he could just easily go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice outfit. It looks almost like a motorcycle jacket, but upgraded into
like a sexy motorcycle jacket.
Yeah, it's like it's almost military in a way, like something you'd see a spy wearing or something like that. I just think it's sexy. We got the lady from Mission Impossible in here.
Yeah, and then she was doing that running scene where she's like running down the Millennium Bridge or something. Right. And I'm thinking like, I think Tom Cruise did that better, but nice try, girl.
No, whatever.
And she was probably running in high heels too, so like, hats off to you.
She's like,
that's not
eat
easy.
your heart out, Tom Cruise.
I'm coming!
Yeah. She's probably excited because she didn't get to do any action in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Now she's, one of the guys.
She's gonna kick ass.
Although she was really only in the beginning of the trailer. What I mean to say is that she was only doing action in the beginning of the trailer.
Right.
And then otherwise, she's just kind of present for the rest of it. She's like, I have experience with this.
Well, I hope she gets to do more, instead of just get beat up and rescued.
That's what women are for.
Shut up.
Just kidding. Hashtag progressive. I also enjoyed the little banter at the very end when they were getting tortured.
Oh.
He's like, it was cool to say in the moment.
No, and I especially love just that whole sequence where, they're going down the building and Hobbs is just gone for it. And The Rock's like, just pummeling people down the side of the building, just, free falling. And then Jason Statham's just in the glass elevator, like, what are you doing, man?
Right.
Just the banter there. I'm like, this is crazy and I love it.
I wonder what the feeling was in doing that scene. Like, if Jason Statham was at all jealous of The Rock getting to do the action sequences.
Right.
Or if it was the opposite, where The Rock was jealous of Jason Statham for just having to, being able to just, getting paid to just stand there and basically mock him. If these were even thoughts at all. For me, it's like, if I could just, not get hurt and look badass on the side in an elevator, that's cool too, You still get paid, same, it's not changing. Truth be told, The Rock should be doing that sequence because, this is an aside, but I'm fairly certain he's getting paid way more than Jason Statham on this project.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because he's just he's a much more bankable, much more household name.
Yeah.
And so, you should have The Rock, busting his ass doing those crazy sequences.
He's got to earn his bread and butter, right?
No, but Jason Statham will bring it as well. I mean, Jason Statham has a very physical background. He used to be a swimmer.
Oh yeah, he was a diver.
Yeah, he used to be a diver. Sorry.
Yeah. You got to be able to swim to dive, right?
If you ever go back and watch Lock, Stock, and a lot of people kind of miss this, there's a sequence in a bar where he does a back tuck. He literally does a backflip.
And you know how I said that I like The Rock for his comedy? Yeah. Actually, thinking back on it, I'm like, Jason Statham has his own very specific, dry delivery, which I also really enjoy. So I think just the combination of the two of them, it's a winner.
I feel like this could end up being a running franchise in itself.
Yeah.
The Hobbs and Shaw thing.
And I almost feel like that's what they're banking on,
Yeah.
Like if this does really well, then they have a whole nother 8 movies until they're too old to drive cars really fast.
I mean, Liam Neeson became a huge action star, like, I guess he was old, but even, whatever, he had Darkman back in the day, but the thing is, like, Liam Neeson's well into his later years and he's still doing action.
It seems like there's no expiry date. Like, you could still be Jackie Chan and do action still, like his most recent movie.
As long as you can convincingly look like you're doing action at least a little bit and you're bankable, it'll keep going. Jason Statham doesn't look his age.
No, he doesn't. He looks really good.
Yeah.
And his wife is beautiful, you guys. Right. Rosie Huntington-Whiteley.
You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the discussion. That's ACHARA KIRK. I'm Jaby Koay. Thanks for hanging out. Peace out.